Only two things can get you through this, man. That's patience and persistence. We all aspire, we all have the same emotions. You know,
Back in 2009, JayZ dropped the second single, Run This Town, to promote his 12th studio album, The Blueprint 3. That single featured superstar Rihanna and Kanye West. Now, I like to say that the three of them was manifesting billionaire status when they asked the question, who's gonna run this town tonight? I find it quite fascinating how JayZ, who both discovered Kanye and Rihanna career, kind of, how they are arguably his biggest two artists, and how, in my mind, in my eyes, his biggest two artists, including himself, all three of them are billionaire. JayZ becoming the first hip-hop artist to reach billionaire status. Get into it, my royal family, my kings and queens. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if this is your first time joining us over here on our platform. I'd like to thank you guys for just giving me your time, man. I'm your host, King Philippe. This is Talk Music and Entertainment Show. Let's get into it.
2019, JayZ is both the richest rapper in the world and also the first rapper to surpass the billion-dollar fortune mark. According to a report by Forbes, he's officially now one of only a handful of entertainers to become a billionaire, and also the only in his industry to ever do so. And he's only just getting started.
I've been meaning to do this video for at least 4 months now. I've been trying to get it done. It may not come out like I planned for it to be. I got to get it done before the year out. So here we go. I want to talk about this 3 little billionaire club that JayZ has created, manifested. I want to say unconsciously, but who knows? I don't know what was the plan behind JayZ Max.
Back to running circles round niggas, now we squared up. Hold up. Life's a game, but it's not fair. I break the rules.
July 24th of 2009 to be exact, JayZ released his second single off his 11th studio album, The Blueprint 3. It was called Run This Town. That song went on to win 2 Grammys at the 52nd Annual Grammy Award Show, Best Rap Song and Best Rap Song Collaboration. Like, talk about manifesting.
Rock Nation. Now he's won everything from favorite rap hip-hop artist at the American Music Awards.
Now, Run This Town was, like I said, it was a major hit for JayZ. JayZ also created other ways to keep the money going, to make money in his sleep pretty much, you know. Now, JayZ has made a fortune as probably one of the best hip-hop artists in the game. He also married one best entertainer in the game, Beyonce, and together they're worth $1 billion. Getting to the bag, JayZ has done a lot of investing, creating companies and
investments. It's a skill that Beyonce also has, making them an impressive team when it comes to knowing where to put the dollars. JayZ invested in Uber in 2011, like Basquiat's Mecca, which was purchased back in 2013 for around $4.5 million. He raps a lot about his art collection and seems to be a huge fan of finding incredible pieces. It's clear that although it's worth keeping in mind that some of these purchases come from Beyonce's pay packet too, Jay's consistently paid homage to his former neighborhood throughout his career.
After JayZ sold half of his champagne in a deal that valued the luxury liquor company at about $640 million, the two deals helped lift the fortune of the hip-hop artist, becoming the first hip-hop billionaire
And it worked. As well as this, JayZ's Cognac, a joint venture with beverage giant Bacardi, moves almost 200,000 cases per year and has
and it helped lift his fortune up to $1.4 billion, up from already $1 billion.
like spirits and champagne. But again, instead of supporting an existing brand, JayZ decided to launch his own, and he's made something of a fortune as a result. Jay has a $310 million ownership of Armand de Brignac champagne and $100 million stake in Douce Cognac. Jay does bring in a lot of money from his other partnerships. It's his music career that's responsible for a large chunk of his $1 billion. Jay's tours are a great source of income and consistently bring him in the millions. His music Rock Nation. Now he's won everything from favorite rap hip-hop artist at the American Music 2019, JayZ is both the rapper in the world and also the first rapper to surpass the $1 billion fortune mark.
Now in this video, I'm going to share with you their journey to becoming billionaires in this billionaire club. We're going to go back from the beginning all the way up into present day right now. Let's get into it, starting with Rihanna. Rihanna is now worth $1.7 billion, making her the wealthiest female musician in the world and only second to Oprah. Rihanna has done so well in other avenues as far as making money, especially in the cosmetic fashion world, to the point to where we may not never get another Rihanna album, but I hope we do. Rihanna is now worth $1.7 billion, making her the wealthiest female musician in the world.
Don't come to my house asking me for $20.
How does it feel? You know, like, and you did it in such a short amount of time.
You know, it was real weird getting congratulations texts from people for money. You know, I was just like, wait, how does, I never got congratulated for money before. Like, that shit is crazy. But it made sense when I realized that it was inspiring to people, that they felt like this is something that they could achieve. Knowing where I've come from, knowing my humble beginnings, they see the possibility, and it gives them hope. And that made me feel really happy.
And Rihanna is among them. She can now add billionaire to the top of her titles list.
One of music's biggest stars is now a billionaire. Forbes estimating the Grammy winner's worth is now a whopping $1.7 billion, making her the wealthiest female musician in the world and second to Oprah as richest entertainer.
Rihanna is one of the best-selling artists in music, but her billionaire status would come from her cosmetic and fashion line, Fenty. Fenty catapulted Rihanna into billionaire status.
The powerhouse teamed up with French company LVMH, the fashion house behind Louis Vuitton and Dior, to launch her now wildly popular Fenty Beauty Cosmetics line. A year later, Rihanna spearheaded Savage by Fenty, a lingerie line aimed at body positivity and inclusivity.
The majority of her $1.7 billion estimated net worth, a super successful cosmetics line, which when it was launched drew lots of praise because there were something like more than 40 shades for all range of skin tones, which was something that at the time, I think no other real new cosmetics lines had been that inclusive.
And catapulted the singer turned mogul into billionaire status.
Rihanna signed to JayZ in L.A. Reid at the tender age of 17. At the time, Tia Marie was the first lady of the label, Rockefeller, Rock Nation artist. Now, the contract and the way that she signed to JayZ is unheard of. She met with him in less than maybe 12 hours, 10 hours, she was signing the contract. JayZ called the lawyers up and he would not allow her to leave until she signed the contract. making her, a pop star. Rihanna landed an audition with record producer Evan Rogers while Roger was vacationing in Barbados. Model Neck had Roger sure a woman this pretty couldn't sing. Usually it's the pretty ones who can't, he added. But boy, was he wrong. After recording a demo that we would soon to know as Upon the Replay, that demo was sent out to 7 different labels. But once it reached Def Jam office, Rihanna would take a flight to meet with then president of the label, JayZ, as well as other executives at the label.
Come in contact with her. I mean, did you fly over there?
No, Jay Brown had actually bought me the song. She has a song right now, and it's I wouldn't say massive because of her roots, but she has this outrageous song called Upon the Replay. And he played that song for me, and I was scared. I was like, that song is too big for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, a new artist, when a song is that big, it's it's hard to come back from. And I don't sign songs, I sign artists. Okay.
JayZ wouldn't let the future pop star leave until she agreed to sign to the label.
And then, he kept going, Jay Brown, he kept being persistent. I was like, you know what, bring her by. And when she walked in the office, I was like, she just had, it was just something about her. It was just, she had this, it was just something about it. And then she performed the song, and I was like, okay. Then, we sat down and we talked, and they were talking about how she would stay in the studio and try to get the verse over, and then come back the next day. I was like, oh, work ethic, everything is there.
Now, JayZ called in the lawyers to work out the details, and by 3 o'clock that morning, 10 hours later, Rihanna was signed at the tender age of 16. Now, this is unheard of.
We signed her that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
The 3 in the morning was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon, we signed it by 3 in the morning.
Wow.
That day, I was absolutely certain.
How often does that happen? I mean, that's
not often.
That's unheard of, right?
That's not, yeah. I mean, to get lawyers to draft up contracts, and then the other side to agree to contracts in 10 hours that's retarded.
Executive, A&R representative, songwriter, producer, and so much more. Antonio Marquez, L.A. Reid, would later share in his book, My Story of Making Music, Finding Magic, and Searching for Who's Next. Get that book, y'all. It's a good read. He will share with us that during a show that included then label mate Tiara Marie, that showcased in it, Beyonce would lock eyes with L.A. Reid, and she told him that Rihanna girl, she's a beast. And the rest is history.
Beyonce helped you see a potential in the artist that you signed. Who was that?
I signed Rihanna, and we had a showcase. And at the showcase, there were 2 artists performing. Her name is Tiara Marie, and she's a really sweet girl. And the truth is, I was paying a little more attention to her than I was to Rihanna. After the showcase, Beyonce just gave me one of those looks, and he said, that Rihanna girl, she's a beast. And she looked away, right? And I was like, so I did a Rihanna double take, But it wasn't as though I didn't believe in Rihanna. I love that girl, right? But I paid a little more attention when Beyonce said that to me. Yeah.
Rihanna would slowly but surely take over the music industry, becoming one of the biggest names in music today. Here's a clip of Rihanna and friends performing for Destiny's Child.
If we join the club?
You have to work really hard. A lot of sleepless nights. Do not quit. But also try to take breaks.
Accomplish all this success in the cosmetic fashion industry, becoming a fashion icon and business mogul. last but not least, my favorite, Kanye West officially becomes a billionaire. Now he's a billionaire 6 times over.
Kanye is worth more than $6 billion. I believe they have the number at $6.6 billion. Now, Bloomberg reports the collaboration between Yeezy and Gap is expected to arrive in stores later this year, and that could be valued as high as $970 million. Yeezy is
Rapper turned fashion icon, athletic shoe mogul, is now worth $6.6 billion.
valuation of Yeezy for Adidas is $3.7 billion. The valuation of Gap Yeezy is $1.6 billion. The valuation of YeezySupply.com is $1.5 billion. He has $123 million in cash and stocks, $100 million in Skims investment, $68 million in buildings and improvements, $48 million worth of land, $10 million worth of artwork, $7 million worth of jewelry, $5 million in cars, $3 million in machinery and equipment, and $1.1 million worth of livestock, which includes sheep, horses, etc.
Making him the richest of the three.
Almost entirely due to Yeezy. According to Forbes, this makes him the highest paid person in hip-hop, while his closest competitor, JayZ, made about $81 million.
But
so we know
Kanye West is the richest right now.
In 2019, the Bank of America Corporation valued the sneaker side of his business at as much as $3 billion, with Kanye as the brand's sole owner.
And it all goes back to run this town.
In 2014, Kanye was worth about $30 million. A year later, he fessed up that money was becoming a bit of an issue. He was about $16 million in debt. In 2016, that debt climbed to $53 million, all thanks to the money he was dumping into his apparel company, Yeezy.
When they asked the question, who's gonna run this town tonight? And they in this billionaire club, and financially, they are running. They are definitely running the game when it comes down to getting to the bag, man. So congratulations to the amazing Zenit. I'm here for it. I support it. And how do y'all feel, man?
Belief in yourself that you can quiet out all the outside noise, because you're gonna need that on every step of the way. You know, there are people that are projecting their fears and their shortcomings and failures on you. And you have to be very careful, you know, with that. People telling you can't do that. Why can't I? You know, because they may have tried, or they don't believe that they can do it. And it's not really about you, it's about what they feel and their fear inside. So you have to be strong enough and resilient to believe in whatever it is you're trying to do.
Man, I'm a businessman. JayZ.
I wanted to talk more about Kanye West and his start in the industry as a producer and how they wouldn't let this man rap. But this video is already kind of lengthy, and I want to go ahead and end it. I think y'all get the point. This is the Billionaire Club. Run this town. JayZ, Rihanna, and Kanye West. So, my royal family, my kings and queens, go ahead and let me know how y'all feel about this video, what you think about these incredible artists. Comment down below, like, share, subscribe. Let's talk about it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year's. See you guys in 2022.